So now in section 4.2, we want to look at how probabilities are distributed when you're talking about a discrete random variable. So only discrete random variables in this section. So let's go back to our coin toss example of two coins. Our outcomes were heads, 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 tails, tails, heads, and tails, tails, or our sample points if you want. Our random variable here is going to be x, which is the number of heads. And then remember that these sample points or outcomes are equally likely. So the probability that x equals 0, probability of 0 heads, there was only one sample point out of 4. So this is 1/4. Probability of 1 head, there were 2 sample points equally likely out of 4. So that's 2/4 or 1/2. And then probability of 2 heads, only one outcome or one sample point out of 4, so 1/4. So that list there, that's our probability distribution. So if we list that down here, we could use decimals if we want, 0.2, 0.5, and 0.25. Decimals are fractions, fine. So that's our probability distribution. And then if we graph that, there's a couple different ways we could graph this with vertical lines. So 0 tosses, this is our random variable, and then this is the probability of that happening. So this went up to height 1/4, 1 toss 1/2, and 2 tosses 1/4. Same data here graphed as a bar graph. So we can see that this is a symmetric distribution. It's symmetric about 1. And 1, the middle of the distribution, that's also called the expected value or the mean of the distribution. And that's on average, you'd expect if you toss 2 coins that one head, one of those coins would be a head on average. And you can see that's in middle of the distribution. So that's a graphing the distribution as a bar graph or a histogram.